It was really good.
It's extremely valuable.
A whole new ball game.
Just completely amazing.
Better than film school.
Teaches you from A to Z.
I learned so much in 2 days.
It was the greatest experience I've had in the filmmaking process.
This was very enlightening to me.
It's a great seminar.
And it gives you hope.
It was mind-filling.
Exactly what I was looking for.
It helped to understand with acting and with writing.
Directors, writers, and producers, they need to take this course.
You can't learn that in 2 years of film school.
He's inspired me to go out and start working.
I certainly did learn a lot.
A lot more knowledge now than I had before.
I will definitely recommend this to friends.
I just learned so much information.
The best weekend seminar in directing probably in the United States.
I know what to do now.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jackie, and I'm the seminar manager, and on behalf of Action Cut Directed By, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Directing Film and Television Seminar. Outside the door, you'll find a networking table where you can put whatever you wish to promote yourself, anything you want to share with everyone, so please check it out during the breaks. One last thing, your name tags are your admission tickets, so wear them during the seminar. Also, Guy likes to get to know everyone by name, so make sure that he knows who you are. So without any further delay, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our seminar leader, Guy Magar.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Directing Seminar. This is our 15th seminar. We give them nationwide. We just finished Boston and Chicago in the last 2 weeks. I wish to immediately warm up the room and have you all turn to your left and right. Introduce yourself to the people next to you. Turn in the back. Introduce yourself. Tell them what you do. Go ahead. Okay. We did this little exercise for 2 reasons. Everybody's got friends now. If you came alone, you got friends, so we're all going to eat together in groups. Nobody's alone anymore in the seminar. And the second most important reason is it's the first thing that I would like to talk about, which is called networking. I can tell you that I spend most of my time in the last 25 years networking. No matter how successful you get, no matter how big you get as a director in this town, the most important thing is to network. This is the first lesson of the day. If you're an introvert, you need to change and become an extrovert. If you don't like people, you need to begin to like people. Networking is the most important part of this career. I can guarantee you that most of your life as a director, you will spend networking, meeting people, getting to know them, staying in touch, finding out what projects are coming up, and be able to stay ahead of the game as far as who your connections are and the information that you have. So the greatest lesson I can give you about this weekend is networking, and we'll do a lot more of that during lunch. I'd like to get a feel for the room. How many people, and I don't care how long the film is or the video is or the digital is, how many people here have directed a film that has been completed with music and titles and is done? Could you raise your hand, please? Okay, great. How many people here have written a piece, and again, it can be a short or a feature length, that has been actually made, completed, and done? And how many people here have acted professionally at least once and been paid for it? Okay, great. How many people here have produced a film of any length, any TV show, that has actually been completed? Could you raise your hand? What is always interesting at every seminar is that most of the people raise their hands to all 3 or 4 or 2. They're hyphenates. And what that means is in the independent feature world, we have to do everything. Sometimes we have to write them ourselves. Sometimes we have to definitely produce what we direct. And some of us have even acted in films that we have directed. And one of the great things about independent filmmaking is that you can do all of those things. How many people came here from out of town? Could you raise your hand? To those people, I give a special thank you for going through the extra trouble to be here, and I respect your passion for wanting to be at the Action Cut seminar and going out of your way to come in from out of town. I have designed the seminar around scene studies. We will go into great details on these scenes. We will read them. We will talk about how to shoot them. You will receive handouts. Feel free, by the way, to write on them. They're yours. In the handouts are also shot lists, and we will then show you every single shot on video. We will take questions, and we will show you the finished product, so everybody gets how to get from the page to the final product, which is what Action Cut is very proud to do. We're going to talk a little bit about what I've been up to, and I'm going to tell you a couple of fun industry stories. We're going to talk about the language and visual tools of film directing. We're going to talk about working with every single department. And finally, we're going to talk about the director's craft, which is scene visualization. We're going to talk about what's on the script page. What are the action, the characters, the dialogue, the subtext, the style, the pacing, the transitions. We're going to talk about the director's homework. How do you visualize a scene and break it down and plan your day? We're going to talk about prepping, which is basically casting and location scouting, how to find the right locations. We're going to talk about why directors need to get involved in scheduling and budgeting. And we're going to talk about coordinating all the departments, even vehicles, and you'll see why. We're going to talk about shooting multiple scenes in the same locations, how to deal with extras, what A and B cameras are, what inserts are, and we'll talk about some special equipment. Finally, we'll talk about editing, which I call the final frontier. This is where you fix all your screw-ups while you were shooting. We're going to talk about visual effects, and finally, my favorite subject, the use of music in film. As an introduction, I wish to say up front that there is a romantic, artistic side to directing that is very much nurtured at film schools. I went to 2 of them, so I know. I fell in love with filmmaking at school. From the study of history of film, from the early days to the talkies, to color, from discovering the basics of shooting with camera equipment and sound and lights, staying up all night editing student films, and dreaming about becoming a professional director in Hollywood, shooting television shows and features. It is this passion, the early days, that you need to nurture, because it is the one thing that you will need for your entire careers to fuel you through the ups and downs of your directing career. Directing is a roller coaster life. And the only thing that I ever have that has been able to fuel me for the last 25 years is this passion, the beginning, the love of film, wanting to know how to do it, appreciating the craft, falling in love. You're going to need to fall in love. It's going to take that kind of passion to build a career. It's the same whether you're a writer or an actor. It is the passion that drives careers in this town. I recommend film schools as a way to fall in love. It's a great place to nurture the craft, and it's a great place to begin to build your passion. But this seminar is not film school. This seminar is what I call the real deal. This is going to be about the actual real directing process in a professional setting every time you're at bat on a TV show or a feature film project. I want you to know that everything that's going to happen in the next 2 days applies whether you're making a $10,000 feature or a $200 million feature. Whether you're doing television, whether you're doing features, whether you're doing shorts, whether you're doing infomercials, it does not matter. The principles of directing are the same. In my opinion, directing is the best job in the world and the most challenging. You're hired to lead an entire shooting company to translate a screenplay that took forever to write and rewrite into a film or a television show. Millions of dollars are being spent to make this happen on crews and cast and producers and equipment and services. So there is a tremendous responsibility put on the director. You are the person that has to pull this off and pull it off as humanly great as possible. And most important, in the low-budget indie world and in television, on time and on schedule. Most